My name's Dawna Barnhart. I have a 19-year-old son who's in college, and I have 16-year-old twin girls. I am been a diabetic for 26 years. I was diagnosed in 1992, and I was put on an insulin pump by 1994, and I am a high school science teacher. Our allergy doctor is actually upstairs in the same building, and my daughter and I were walking downstairs, and I saw the sign, if you're a diabetic, we can make you happy or make you better. And I was like, I've got to walk in. And my daughter, of course, was like, oh, Mom, no, don't do that. And I'm like, just come on. So I walked in and grabbed some information, and then that started the whole conversation. I ended up calling and talking with Sarah, one of the nurses, and I was actually during the early spring when I actually found out about it, and we decided to wait until school was out, so that led me to the June date a year ago. I have been doing the treatment for over a year now. I started in early June 2017, yeah, because we're in 2018 right now. So it's been over a year. This is you go at 12-week sessions and then you get tested. And this is my fourth 12-week session. I was having like neuropathy symptoms, but my neuropathy symptoms were like a knee sock and a long glove. So from my elbows down to my fingertips and from my knees down, they were always like tingly, like you're asleep. And that was one of my major things. I could still feel my hands and my toes. It was just that constant tingling sensation. That disappeared pretty quickly with the treatment. Plus I started getting some chiropractic work done. And that also helped. I was lethargic, extremely tired, always hungry, but I think my hunger was because I was so tired. It was a way to keep me awake. And so I was trying to work my way through that. So I just wanted to feel better. And when you see that, find your happiness. I'm like, oh my gosh. So drug my daughter in to find out the information about that. The energy I receive after this therapy is amazing. I feel clear in my head, and I can put a lot of things together and make like one trip all the way down to the bottom floor, instead of oh, I forgot to do this, and then have to go back down and back and forth. I find that is amazing, that I have a clear goal instead of sort of doing little pieces here and there. So yeah, I can get grading done a little faster. I'm not distracted. They always talk about clear-headedness or fuzzied, and I'm definitely clear-headed. So yeah, I think more energy for my students, more energy that can be given to the subjects that I teach, and the enthusiasm that I can show is returned to me from my students with their enthusiasm about learning. The teachers here at school know that I've had a session, because the next day when I show up, I've just got things graded, and I'm doing things for they're like, did you have therapy yesterday? Yeah. And so they're well aware now that I'm able to do more things, and I definitely feel it within this fourth session. So my friends here at work definitely know the difference. And I've been real open with my students this last year about it. I took pictures of my IV, and I took pictures of me with the little respirometer breathing thing on, and brought that in and showed them all what I was going through, so they could sort of get the idea what I was doing. And In my AP classes, we talked about how I've improved. I've even pulled out blood work, and we've looked at differences in A1Cs and my blood work general, inflammatory markers and things like that. All that have gotten so much better since I've started treatment. The students this last year have sort of got to experience this with me and help me along. I also had some genetic work done because my father had pancreatic cancer. His father had pancreatic cancer, and my aunt, which was my dad's sister, also had pancreatic cancer. And I'm worried, and since my pancreas isn't working correctly, let's see what we can I wanted to make sure. And so I was taking them through that experience with me too, especially when we were talking about genetics. And we spend a lot of time talking about cellular respiration in the mitochondria, and so it's been really, I think, a unique learning experience for me as going through the therapy, but I've been able to share it with my students. It seems like, because I have had quite a bit of adjustments and stuff over things, and it feels like it's a lot shorter time span on keep going back to have that done than I am healing quicker. Scrapes, bruises, things like that, just from being a teacher and a mom, those always seem to be much quicker in their healing process too now. Actually, I do. During the school year, I really dreaded at the very beginning, like, oh my gosh, I'm leaving my students. But the students got the hang of it real quickly, like, oh, Mrs. Barnhart, aren't you leaving? And so that was great, but I was like, I really need to go because I will feel so much better when I walk out of there because I'm re-energized. There's so much that I want to do and I want to give to my children and my students and stuff that if I let diabetes be in charge of my daily life, then I'm not going to be able to do that. And so, yeah, I want to be the one that says this is what I'm doing, and I refuse to feel this way. If there's something that we can do to make me feel better or to make me healthier, then I'm going to try to do it. And to have insurance to help me try to do that, and to have a school district that is allowing me to take time off to do that, has been the support that I needed to take that step and say, I'm going to keep trying to do this.